Sup peoples, and welcome back to another video. I can't cook. I just wanted to get that out there before I announce what we were doing this video, which you already know because of the title and probably the thumbnail, which may be me holding up burned bread. But we are baking, cooking, you know. We are going to bake bread this morning, which I have never done, although it is baked quite often in my household. So hopefully I will have just picked up some of that talent by osmosis and by eating a lot of it. And you know, it's not like this is the tent, right? There's no like Paul Hollywood to judge me. So I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so we have the recipe, Yoda's Rootleaf rolls. Dip these soft, fluffy rolls into a bowl of root leaf stew. You can also split, toast, and spread with bantha butter and Melu run jam for breakfast, or use them as a vehicle for your favorite lunch meat and cheese. These are perfect for Jedi training. It says it makes 36 rolls. We do not need that much, so we're gonna be splitting the recipe in half. The first thing is the yeast. When my friend sent me this, he said immediately, ooh, these look good. Oh wait, never mind, they have yeast. Yeast is so finicky, don't do this one. And I was like, but they look yummy. So we're doing them anyway. 2 cups whole milk warmed to 105 Fahrenheit to 115 Fahrenheit. So we're gonna just do 1 cup of whole milk warmed to that temperature. Yeah, so we bought groceries yesterday specifically for this purpose because we did not have any yeast in the house because my family and I have been gluten-free for a while, but we recently started eating gluten again, and let me tell you, gluten is delicious. Like bread with air bubbles, sourdough bread, just I love it so much. I did not realize how much I missed it until one day we were walking through Whole Foods and it was just like, there are croissants here, and that was when we stopped being gluten-free. So this is a thermometer. I asked my dad last night because he does all the cooking, and he said it could be used, oh, it's so greasy. This is disgusting. He said it could be used to check if the milk was the right temperature. So I'm gonna get a little cup thing. I'm gonna put it on low heat. It doesn't say to do that. It just, like, I don't want to like accidentally burn the milk because burnt milk sounds gross. You can always make a shot smaller, you can't make it bigger. So my sister's gonna be helping me because yeah, she wanted to. In a large bowl combine, it doesn't tell you how to heat up milk, so I'm just gonna guess. This is the first part and we're already winging it. My mom said that low might take a while, so I actually boosted it up to 5. Oh, another thing, updated my audio for this video. Let me know down in the comments if it's any better. I'm using my mom's new mic. See, it's clipped onto me, and I've got like the sound thing here, and there's a sound thing on my phone, so like it should be a lot better because I've had 2 complaints now, which seems like about how the audio is not working. Less complaints than like friendly reminders. We will link the last video up above in which the audio was so bad in one part that we actually had to remove that whole segment.
Yeah, there was 10 whole minutes, I'm not joking, literal 10 minutes I filmed, and none of the audio worked, so.
In a large bowl, combine milk, honey, and yeast. Whisk until well mixed. Okay, so I need you to get 1 tablespoon honey. We should have been better prepared for this. I'm gonna go grab a large bowl. Where's a large bowl? Okay, so this is rush hour. This is like rush time, like I'm panicking. In a large bowl, combine milk, honey, and yeast. I'm gonna check this thing's temperature again. It's leveling at 104, so I'm just gonna put it back on the heat.
Why don't you put it low?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get a little bit higher. So that went well.
Sometime later.
Okay, good news. So we just spent like 5 minutes looking for yeast because I couldn't find it, and I was like convinced that we hadn't gotten it. We did. It was just not where I was looking. I thought yeast had to go in the fridge because I had memories of being little and my dad having yeast in the fridge, but maybe those were made up, or maybe you don't have to, or maybe we messed up our yeast by not putting it in the fridge. Who knows? Okay, so basically we had to reheat the milk because while we were looking for the yeast, it got cold again. That's way too hot. So we are going to let that sit for a little bit. Hopefully we haven't screwed this up too much. 1.25 ounce packet active dry yeast, 2 1/4 teaspoons. So I'm gonna open this packet and hope it doesn't spill everywhere because it feels like it's gonna spill everywhere. Ow, I almost cut myself. I'm fine.
Going so horribly. Like,
well, hey, you know what? That can be entertaining. This is like one of those comedy shows where they're really bad at what they're doing. Yes, you're not watching Great British Baking Show. You're watching Nailed It. I'm gonna check this temperature. Still too high. Wait, what is this? That is 1 tablespoon. So yes, we need a tablespoon of honey. So 2 1/4 teaspoon.
Wait, we're splitting this
which
though.
means 1 of these and half of 1 of, no wait, this is a half teaspoon. I almost messed us up pretty bad. Putting that away. Still too hot.
This is
I'm gonna turn off the camera and you will be back when the milk is miraculously the right temperature. Okay, so the milk is at 116. We accidentally heated it up way too much, but now it's like going down. It's actually developing a skin. I don't know if that's supposed to happen. Okay, it's at 116, but I'm going to start because I feel like pouring it into this bowl that's cold will probably cool it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's made up, but we're doing it. Okay, I'm so nervous because I feel like I'm really gonna mess up this yeast part and then the whole thing will just be messed up. Sis, I want you to put the honey in there. Just stick the thing in and it'll dissolve. So we're gonna put the honey in there.
Smarter than I am. I was just gonna hang it over there.
And then we're gonna do the yeast, and this feels so time sensitive. Can you get a whisk? Once we stirred the milk, honey, and yeast together, it said to wait until there were these little blooms on the surface. And now I have to grate carrots. Okay, so a little bit of ketchup. It said to let the yeast sit till it bloomed. It is now blooming, but I'm not ready yet. I'm a bad cook and I did not think ahead. Now I have to peel and grate 2 medium carrots, which I think this looks like 2 medium carrots. I don't know though. So I'm very slow at this, but I have to be much faster. I've never peeled something with this thing before, and I've always been so scared of it. So like this is actually really like cool that I'm doing this. Like I feel so much more like an adult. You know, like look at me, I'm peeling and I'm gonna grate this carrot. I've always wanted to learn to cook because I absolutely love food. I feel like most people love food, but I was never, you know, I never really felt like I could learn to cook, and there was never really reason for me to learn to cook. So I sort of just like put it off and put it off and put it off. And now that I'm actually doing it, I'm like really enjoying it, and like it makes me feel like when I move out, I'm not just gonna eat takeout. I might only eat like burned and not fully risen food though, so that's something to think about. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and grate this carrot as quickly as possible without also grating myself. And it said to stir in the butter until melted, but I had forgotten that stage. So the butter did not fully mix, but my mom says that's fine. I'm gonna trust her. And
probably add in the...
yes, it says, so I need you to get, where does it say salt? Add carrots and salt. 1 teaspoon salt, so get half a teaspoon salt.
Pretty sure. No, that's 4 teaspoons.
So we're gonna add the carrots now, and now we're going to add a half teaspoon salt and stir that all together.
Add flour, half a cup at a time, to milk mixture, mixing until a soft dough forms. Stir in the 1/3 cup sunflower seeds, mixing until seeds are evenly distributed.
We're gonna take this flour, all-purpose flour. Here, you can move over this. Okay. And we're going to take a half cup. I'm gonna stir that in. So keep count. So I've done 2 of these, and we're gonna keep mixing until a soft dough forms. We're already getting sort of a soft dough just from like half that amount. Okay, so this is sort of seeming like dough. I feel like we're all good, except I did mess up the butter part, which makes me a little bit worried, but you know what? Hey, maybe it's gonna work out. We're almost to the step where it has to go for its first rise, which is the part where Paul Hollywood would be lurking around and making me scared. Okay, so it's getting pretty doughy. It's a little sticky. So I'm gonna use my hand for this part, which I don't know if I regret this. Okay, so this is wild. Oh no. So it was just like the flour wasn't really getting in there. Wowza. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. They always do this on Great British Baking Show though. There's always a point where it gets too thick and they use their hands. I'm not a chef, I just watch a lot of cooking shows. No! Yeah. I need you to take this 1/4 cup and fill it up and put it in. Right on the top. Come on, pat it in there. Here we go.
Wait. You're welcome.
Okay, this actually does seem like it might work though, which is like so exciting, I cannot even tell you. I don't know if I'm doing this correctly, but like I'm trying to get this flour in there, you know, like really work it in with my hands. Come on, flour. So this is, I'd say, a soft dough.
Stir in the 1/3 cup sunflower seeds.
Still trying to get all this flour mixed in. I'm worried I'm like maybe over kneading it. Sort of punching it down a little bit, and then I'm going to put the sunflower seeds into it. I don't know if that's correct or not, but like I have dough.
Looks like dough.
So I'm doing something right. It might just be combining flour and water has been done right. I don't know about the rest of it though.
There's no water in this though.
Oh yeah, milk, flour and milk. So this is, I guess, an enriched dough, which I feel like are harder. If it doesn't rise, I will know that I did something wrong.
Evenly distribute it though.
So this isn't really that even, but you know what? We're gonna keep working with it. Scoop up the ones at the bottom. Okay, so they look pretty evenly distributed. I'm just gonna bring the dough up. If this, depending on how this video ends, either try and achieve this or try and avoid this. Guys, I am so sorry. The kitchen is a mess because I haven't been cleaning as we go. But like, look, it's totally doubled in size. We're making bread. I'm so excited, like so excited. So the phone says, line 2 large rimmed baking sheets with parchment paper. So we have a miniature oven. So we're probably gonna have to do this slowly. Wowza, this is gonna take a while. I'm realizing that now and not being very happy about it. So we don't want it to overprove though, because then Paul will be mad. Okay, never mind. Parchment paper. I'm really bad at this part, turns out. The parchment paper might be harder than actually making the bread. I'm gonna trim some of this excess off because I don't want it to touch the roof of the oven and like catch on fire. Let's do a little, oh my, that was not a pretty haircut. What's half of 36, guys? Half of 30 is 15. Half of 6 is 3, so 18. Okay, so 18. This looks like more than it would, this looks like it's gonna make more than 18, but you know what? Ooh, it's like soft and springy.
Also, I want to help.
Like, it rose, like it's sort of bouncing down. Like, I don't want to smush it too much though. We're just gonna try and make 18.
Remember, these are gonna, it says they're supposed to like almost double in size.
Well, I don't know, like which size do you think we should do? I'm very happy with that. We decided not to do the egg wash because egg wash be scary, guys, and I don't want to do anything with eggs. Now we're gonna cover these with either plastic wrap or, oh God, oh no, or a little bit of, help me. No, it's folding.
No.
These are very thin cloth napkins, so hopefully that will work. Now these have to sit for 20 to 30 minutes, correct? Okay, great. Yeah, so that's gonna happen. I'm gonna go do some work and then I will see you later. Let's see if they've doubled in size. They did, they've grown. Bread is being made. There's actual bread being made here. This is amazing. Preheat oven to 450, happening. Divide dough into 36, okay, we already did this stuff. Loosely cover with blah, 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 blah. Brush the rolls with the egg wash, then sprinkle with additional sunflower seeds. We're gonna do a milk wash instead of an egg wash. Yeah, so we don't have a brush, it turns out. I'm just gonna look in here one more time and be in denial. Okay, tell me if this is a bad idea, guys, but I'm just gonna be like, boop, 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 boop. Like, I think maybe egg would have been stickier. I'm just gonna put these on half of them, just in case, like, I feel like they're just gonna fall off. You know what? This makes me feel like I could win nailed it. This just makes me feel like I have some confidence in the kitchen. Okay, so a little wrap up. It's really good. It's like actually like I made bread.
It tastes like bread.
Do you think Paul would approve? I hope so. Maybe he'd even give me a Hollywood handshake. Okay, just like entertain the possibility.
Okay.
It wouldn't happen, but like entertain. I did cook the 2 batches separately and differently. So the first set I put in the oven, I cooked them for 15 minutes and the rack was at the highest setting in the oven. So like they were right up near the like broilery thing. That's not a proper word. The part where the heat comes from. That part. You know that part, right? That part. And they sort of burned on the top, but the second set, which this is from that one, you can see it's a lot nicer colored. I put the rack down so it wasn't as close to the heat, and I only cooked for 10 minutes, and I feel like they turned out way better. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this makes you want to cook something. And let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing cooking with Ash once a month, because I would be very interested to cook.
Not eating with Ash.
Definitely.